A Humphrey Bumpster at the zoo, the Bronx Zoo, tonight.
We're from rags to riches, and we can't wait. We're hosting ABC Saturday morning, and it's gonna be great!
The Majestic Theater is one of the oldest theaters in Kansas City. But it's really more than a movie theater. It's a movie palace, you know? They don't build places like this anymore. I've wanted to work at the Majestic as long as I can remember. See, the truth is, I'd like to be in the movie business someday, yeah. I don't know as what exactly. Maybe a writer, maybe a director, maybe a star. Right now, I'm just trying to be realistic and keep my options open. But as long as I'm living in Kansas City, just where my parents live, then I figure that working in the Majestic is about as close to the movie business as I'm going to get.
That's interesting. Can I have my popcorn and root beer now?
Sure.
Just the popcorn and no speeches.
Domino's Pizza delivers quality.
There you are. Where have you been?
Football practice. Is Brown looking for me?
Not yet.
I hate this. I've told Coach I can't stay late. I've got a job. I've got studying to do. The last thing I want is to be thought of as a guy whose only talent is running and jumping.
Creaseman!
Look out!
Has either of you seen Creaseman?
Creaseman. Is that dude late again?
I think he's cleaning the auditorium, Mr. Brown. No, I mean the balcony.
Where is he really?
Projection booth. Scott! Hey!
Better hustle. Brown's on your trail.
I couldn't help it. Marlon was running a classic, The Day the Earth Stood Still. We were just to the point where the spaceship doors open and Gort comes lurching down the ramp and Klaatu says,
Creaseman! What the hell are you doing down here?
Working, Mr. Brown.
Have you been up in the projection booth again?
Mr. Brown, Marlon was running one of the old...
I don't want to hear what Marlon was running. We are popcorn pushers, Creaseman. And the only thing I want to hear from you from now on is snacks. Do I make myself clear?
Plenty clear. Good and plenty clear.
You know, someday this is not going to be so funny. You won't always be working at the Majestic. Someday you'll all have jobs out in the real world.
Like you, Mr. Brown.
Exactly. Anyway, the reason I wanted to talk to you all is because there's something very important we have to discuss. It's about Brad Crichton. As I'm sure you all know, Brad was caught stealing last night, and he was fired. Now, stealing is one thing this company absolutely will not tolerate. At any rate, I have to find somebody to replace him.
That's gonna be tough. When it came to stealing, Brad was about the best there was,
You know, you
boy.
got a point there.
Grab.
Don't do that. What I was going to say was, since you're the ones who really have to work with them, I thought I'd let you all decide among yourselves who you'd like to hire.
Oh, Mr. Brown!
And if they're not repulsive, I'll give them the job.
I'll get it.
No, don't go into my office. I'll get that.
I already got it.
New rule. From now on, no one goes into my office without my express written consent.
Mr. Brown.
No kidding.
So, anybody got any ideas who we should hire?
I've got somebody I'd like to suggest.
Bethonia.
Well,
Gwen, she's your best friend.
well, what's wrong with that? She's also conscientious, intelligent, well-read.
Humongous.
You guys just don't like her because she's not a fox.
No, she's in the Fox family. Hey, wait a minute. You know who I'd like us to hire? This girl. She's about 5'5", blonde hair, blue eyes, great figure, cute little nose.
Who's that?
I don't know, but that's who I'd like us to hire.
Boys and girls, you can forget what I said about hiring someone. I just got off the phone with a friend of my wife's who wants his daughter to have a job. She starts tonight.
But I thought you were going to let us choose.
I was, but this is a lesson you'll learn in life. People fib.
But what if we don't like her? Can't you at least tell us what she's like?
At least what she looks like.
Or if she has some even deeper ethereal quality, like a personality.
Well, you probably know her from school. Her name is Lynn Holly Brickhouse.
Lynn Holly Brickhouse? Thank you.
Any sign of Lynn Holly?
Not yet.
Gee, won't you two know she's coming by the glow from her aura?
You're not crazy about Lynn Holly, are you, Gwen?
I don't think about her one way or the other. It's just that every time I think about her at those cheerleading tryouts this year, I mean, I worked out for 2 weeks getting ready for those. And on the day of the competition, nobody had more pep than I did. But Lynn Holly saunters in, and just because she looks like she looks, she gets picked. It's always the way it is with her. She doesn't have to do anything. People just accept her because she's... Oh, you know.
The flagship of the female fleet.
From the producers of Summer Fever comes a movie for all ages. They were young. They were in love. They want to boogaloo.
Hi, Willie.
Hey, Furlough.
If you want butter on your popcorn, does it cost extra?
No.
Butter this.
Hey, everybody, Lynn Holly just pulled up.
Oh, I could just kick myself for not having confetti.
Don't be sarcastic.
No, I'm serious. I really want to throw something. Okay, I'll try.
Everybody, here she is, your new co-worker, Lynn Holly Brickhouse.
Hi, everybody. Well, I tried. I hate her.
Now, in case you don't know everybody, this is Willie Dawson, Gwen Stottlemyre, and Scott Priestman.
Mr. Brown, introductions aren't really necessary. Lynn Holly and I already do know each other.
We do?
Well, we don't know each other, but we do have 2 classes together at school.
Which ones?
English and algebra.
Where do you sit?
Right behind you.
I'll have to try to remember to turn around.
Well, now, Gwen, why don't you show Lynn Holly where we keep the uniforms? If you have any questions, I'm sure the kids will be happy to help you out.
Thank you, Mr. Brown.
And don't forget, the door to my office is always open.
Well, the uniforms are in the locker room. Oh, unless you two want to reminisce more about school?
No. Oh, Lynn Holly, I just wanted to say on behalf of everyone at the Majestic, it's really great to have you here.
Well, if you want to know the truth, I didn't honestly want a job.
Really? You seem so perky.
Well, thank you. But that's just something I do. It comes to me naturally, like crying or looking really interested in people.
Oh, God, isn't she fantastic? You think I should ask her out?
Why are you asking me?
Well, you seem to have girls down. I mean, now that we work together, I could never ask her out of school because we don't run in the same circles. I'm not even sure she'd talk to me. At school, you don't talk to me.
If you want to ask her out, ask her out.
Where's Lynn Holly?
Putting on her makeup.
She wasn't wearing makeup?
How can you be impressed with her? She's shallow, self-centered. She's got the brains of a pom-pom. The only thing you could say for her is that she looks good in jeans.
And that.
Well, how do I look?
There's supposed to be a blouse that goes with that.
Yeah, but everyone here's an individual. Why don't I show you the candy counter? That's kind of the nerve center of the Majestic. Excuse us, Gwen. Well, this is it. The other side of the counter. It's a different perspective, isn't it? I like to think of it as the last outpost of reality, and we the gatekeepers to the world of imagination.
Is it always this sticky back here?
Pretty much.
What's this ladder?
That goes to the projection room. Marlon, there's someone here to meet you. He's our projectionist.
Marlon spends a lot of time in that little booth.
One small step for man, one giant leap for mankind. How you doing?
Fine.
So, you're taking Kreit's place. Tell me something, candy gal. Can anyone ever take another man's place? I loved that son of a gun. He was more than a friend to me. He was like a brother. But more than that, he was my father.
He was a thief.
And someone I had to kill. Still, there are times, even now, when the wind blows a certain way, when I'll think of him and miss him, and I'll weep.
You got any red licorice?
Thanks. I'm going up now.
And I'm going down to the basement to get some more commando bars.
And I hate to leave you two alone, but I'm going to take a walk through the theater. Make sure everybody's being nice ladies and gentlemen.
So, what do you want to show me next?
Listen, before we go on, there was something I wanted to ask you. I realize you just got here, but I was wondering if sometime in the not-too-distant future, if there's a night when you're free and I'm free and you're not going out with anyone, if maybe you'd like to go out somewhere or do something or something like that.
Okay, why not?
Why not? I can think of 100 reasons, but if you can't, that's great. What's a good night for you?
Do we have to decide that now?
No, of course not. What do you like to do?
Do we have to decide that now?
Hey, listen, we don't have to decide anything. I mean, the main thing is it's set. Sometime, somewhere, we'll go out and do something.
Fine.
I'm excited.
Excuse me. Where would I find Leonard Brown?
He's in his office. Can I tell him who's calling?
Yes, my name is Karen Toth. I'm the architect for the new theater.
What new theater?
Well, actually, Mr. Tuttle just wants to make some changes in this one. He wants to turn it into a multiplex.
What, you mean one of those theaters like they have in shopping malls where everything's all squished together? You have these dinky little screens instead of the one big one?
Yes.
Well, why would they want to do that to the Majestic?
Well, obviously, more screens means more money. Is Mr. Brown in his office? I'll just let myself in.
Yeah.
Scott, you're going to have to put real cheese in the mouse traps. The mice aren't falling for the nacho dip. What's wrong?
They're going to destroy the Majestic.